Forgive me for filming this in the dark, but I'd rather be heard and not seen. I figured I'd put this on YouTube because I've been afraid to say things because I'm always terrified that I'm gonna get my head shot off because there's been a lot of great thinkers who said shit that mattered and are dead. That stated a simple concept I'd like to share with you is that you can run your own government through your phones. You could poll literal questions in real time to be answered and addressed per neighborhood, per city, per state. Like a real citizen puts up a question in a government chat room that is hosted down to the local level and run on our tax dollars. And your real questions can be answered and debated and pushed up. If you ask a question and enough people are like, I want that question asked, then it goes up. So something like a chat room where the city's asking about it, we ask our city people, and it gets bumped up, and you end up talking. And if it goes to the state, like it gets asked on the state level, and then it is shared. You can bump it sideways to the other states, and enough people vote on that question, bump it up to literally the federal White House. What does it take for equality? It's the ability to be heard and influence. Now, if we were all literally shouting in a room at the same time, trying to be heard, we would never achieve that. And yet, we could if we're all sitting there literally on our phones in a chat room. I mean, if it's in the same chat room, it's a couple hundred people. Admittedly, the thing will literally explode. There's no way to read it, you know? But you can sort that out. You have way more information all the time. Forgive me, I'm really tired. I work 8 hours and I love it. Also stated, I would advise going back to work. Anyone who has legitimate business, push to get your ass back to work. Because this system is literally in like a near halted position. If the farmer stops growing food because coronavirus, then it doesn't make it to the truck. Or if the truck is out because of coronavirus, it doesn't make it to the store. Or if the store is out because of coronavirus, it doesn't make it to the customer. No, that's just one path I know because I work produce. But if Tostitos goes down, then there's no chips. Potentially no salsa. You know, for whoever's looking for their brand. We're missing shit because we're missing people. And we're missing people way before we talked about what matters. Because it does, and they do. And they always have. They have always mattered. But I say it's a damn shame that our nation didn't do shit when you took literally one of their best from them, middle of his flight path. Martin Luther King was talking real shit. And he's dead. And there's a lot more shit he might have said. And we will never know what that is. And that's a damn shame. And every person who has died over the injustice in our system, It's just gross negligence of what should have been an outrage for years. I don't mean to belittle or take away from anyone. Everyone cries the same when their child is gone. And if they don't, then they weren't fit to have a child in the first place. I hope that y'all stay well. And I know there's a way through this. I don't really like devices much because I would rather see you and talk to you. But as for solving this problem with our country, I think the answer will not be found on Google. But on the other end of the line, of all the other people with their hand on the phone at the same damn time, we don't have anything for it yet. You're going to have to make it. You're going to have to think for yourselves. And you're going to have to believe that there's an option of a peaceful resolution to this whole thing. And all it takes is a calm and reasonable mind willing to have the patience to be heard. I love you, and good luck.